Let's talk more about dependencies, and more dependencies. Simply put, it means tasks that depend on one another, where the first task must finish before you start the second task. There are other variations to this. Let's call first task A and the other task B. In some scenarios, you can only start task A if you have started task B. Both tasks must start at the same time. In other cases, task B cannot be completed until task A starts. And finally, task B cannot be completed until task A is completed. I know. All of this sounds like gibberish right now, but I'll use an example of you preparing and hosting your family and friends for a Thanksgiving dinner. The first thing you will think of is food. What is a dinner party without food, right? You must do grocery shopping, task A, and then make the main course, which is task B. Let's go to the next scenario. Task B cannot start until task A starts. Now think of setting up the serving area, task A, and setting up the appetizers, task B. You need to set up the serving area before the appetizers. However, both tasks can happen simultaneously, but task B can only start when task A has begun. Now to my personal favorite, dessert. So let's say we have dessert preparation as task A and task B as serving coffee and tea. Let's also make the assumption that guests would typically take coffee and tea after a good dessert. In this case, task B depends on the completion of task A. Finally, greeting guests, socializing as task A, and saying goodbyes as task B. The process of saying goodbyes and wrapping up the dinner as task B can only be completed once the host starts greeting guests and socializing. Now that we have a good understanding of various dependency scenarios, it is important to sequence all tasks highlighted to encompass all of these dependencies. I spoke a little bit about estimating time in my previous chapters. If you do not do this efficiently, you will not meet your deadlines. You will feel rushed and stressed, and worst of it all, you deliver a poor quality project. Therefore, include enough buffer time and use past historical data on the projects completed to estimate timelines. In addition, also ensure you understand the scope of the work and know the resources available. Resources here could include humans, equipment, materials, and anything you need to complete the project. Uncertainties and unforeseen circumstances can impact deadlines and dependencies. However, risk management should be carried out to anticipate potential bottlenecks or roadblocks.